an author for The Guardian who was a military expert right around during World War I. This is how far we're going to go back here. And I found a quote from him where he says, quote, "The only possible colonialists of Palestine are the Jews. At once a protection against the alien East," because that's how the British in the United States viewed the East. That's the Middle East, and we're talking over 100 years ago, right? "And a mediator between it and us." And who is us? Anglo-American imperialism. "A civilization distinct from ours, yet imbued with our political ideas," unquote. So for the imperialists, the Anglo-American imperialists, this so-called freedom from anti-Semitism was only the pretext for the formation of a mono-religious and white supremacist state of Israel. After World War II, the United States has used Israel as a cudgel against the Arab countries. And there are many reasons for that. One of the most important is oil. Because as oil, which was discovered in the Middle East in the beginning of the 1900s, as those pipelines needed to be developed, they needed a policeman there as well to make sure that the Arabs didn't try to nationalize their oil fields. And Israel played that role as well. But I wanted to put it in this context so that it's very clear. And I want to read one more quote, if you'll allow me. In 1986, which is almost 40 years ago, Joe Biden, now president, was then a senator from Delaware. And this is what he had to say about Israel. Quote, "It's the best $3 billion investment we've made. Were there not an Israel, the United States of America would have to invent one to protect our interests in the region." So, Joe Biden and the Democratic Party and the U.S. overall, it's very clear what their interests are in Israel. And that explains their unconditional support for the Israelis.